conservative new media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion, the super genius, and the game god. And I'm talking about Just Cause 3. This is a review right here. Now, I really enjoyed Just Cause 2. And I wanted to get this and try it out on my PS4. And like I said, I was a big fan of Just Cause, 2. What was cool was this open sandbox, and yeah, there's missions, but you can pretty much go anywhere and use all these different kind of vehicles, and just, the point was more to have fun and blow things up, and you had this kind of fun, outlandish type of stuff. And it was really, it was almost like, Saints Row meets GTA meets Drake in terms of like the look, the really cool tropical lush environment, and Far Cry, what I mean? Like, you had a little bit of blend with its own sort of funny twist. It was cool, but it didn't take itself too seriously, but it wasn't like so far out there and stuff, so it was still sort of grounded. With this, we have more of the same greatness in terms of that kind of stuff. It looks, here's the pros and the cons. It looks incredible. I mean, this is a true, PlayStation 4, next gen console type of game. Okay, I haven't seen it on the Xbox or the PC, but this it looks great. It plays great. It's very fun. Now, some loading times do take some time. That's not so fun. I felt like the frame rates were good. It looks great. The underwater, the caves. You can do different things. You have the parachute, the grappling hook, you have all those types of stuff. You have all kinds of different, the other thing that's good is you have many different types of weapons. You can upgrade your weapons. And you also have many different types of vehicles, different copters, different cars, military vehicles, stuff like that. So that's all, different boats and water vehicles. All that stuff's really, really great. I like that a lot. I feel like my downside to it is, the loading times took a little bit. It didn't crush me too much. It just was, kind of chopped up the play a little bit. But to me, it's still sort of lacking in that gripping plot. There's more there. I felt like in that connection with the childhood friends, stuff like that. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think that there's more, but it's still pretty soft in that department, if you will. And also, I feel like the main thing is it just doesn't. It hasn't taken it to that next level. And so what I mean by that is, like, a lot of people would say with Fallout 4 was, oh, it's more of the same, it hasn't, this and that, whatever. I disagree. I think with this generation of Fallout, this Fallout 4, it really fully captured, at least for now, there's obviously, different things and improvements in the future, but I mean, you really felt like, okay, this is that wasteland Fallout environment. I can finally really experience it. It's kind of the way I feel about like superhero movies. I mean, I grew up, collecting comic books as a kid and stuff like that, and it isn't until like very recent years that you're like, whoa, yeah, that's what it would look like on screen. And maybe it could get a little better, but at least this is very enjoyable now, as opposed to, whatever, 1970s or 1980s Spider-Man or something like that. So if that makes sense. Here with Just Cause 3, I felt like there should have been a better evolution of the gameplay. I felt like there's a lot of ways you can kind of, I don't want to say cheat missions, but different ways that you can go out. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's the angle is that we're just gonna make this fun. But for me, it's like, as opposed to like Fallout, like you really felt the different levels and the different different powers of the monsters and stuff like that. You had to think about stuff, strategize, use your stim pack, do different things. I don't want to directly compare these two games, but I'm kind of giving a different sort of. I need to give some comparison to give some kind of context. And with this one, it was good. I'm like, wow, that's a good improvement. But I just don't feel like it went far enough to fully keep my interest and to keep me coming back for more. Yeah, I want to play it some more. I want to finish it, but I'm not dying to do so. Whereas, like, when Fallout 4 got here, I was, I saw some reviews, a little skeptical, but I kept playing it and playing it and playing it. And it's like, wow, this is really great, and it's a really great game. And I'm gonna, I actually finished my review on that one. But I have a lot of Fallout 4 videos up already. If you haven't seen those, best weapons, best armor, stuff like that. So this is very good. You're gonna enjoy it if you like the first Just Cause 3. I think you're gonna like this. I just don't see this yet. Maybe, as I play it more, I'll be surprised. But at this point, I just can't say, hey, this is a top game of the year. This is something that's just, you have to have. I would put this probably 7.5. Yeah, probably about a 7.5 out of 10. That's kind of where I'm at on that. That's where I'm at. What do you think about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? You have any questions? I'm happy to answer them in the comments below as I can. Thanks so much for watching. I'm John DeVillar, the 4-time national champion, the super genius, and the game god. I'm giving Just Cause 3 a 7.5 out of 10. You heard it from me. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.